So, what is Limbus Company? Limbus Company is basically like a gacha game that I'm very active in playing right now. And if you don't know what a gacha game is, God bless your soul. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of Limbus Company, just a little bit. And in this video, I'm just gonna talk whatever while I have my speed paint running in the background of me drawing stuff and sketches about the game. And I'm just gonna like fangirl about it, honestly. With that out of the way, let's just get started with this. So just treat this as like some kind of podcast sound type shit. Okay, so first of all, why am I not active? Well, I've been having a lot of problems here in my household. I'm on school break, I'm on a summer break, and I will be back to class on August. So yeah, I have limited time, and I might not do anything for my YouTube channel. But I do have plans. I definitely do have plans that I still want to do. And I'm still doing my projects. I'm like getting more active in social media like Twitter. If you want to go on my Twitter, you can, it's on the description below. So Limbus Company is basically like it's a story of this, and the protagonist is called Dante, and there's like these 12 sinners. These are the guys that will like help you, and you're just gonna command them in battle. And then there's this other guy, he's the guy named Virgilius. Yes, I know, this is all inspired by Dante's Inferno, and each of the character or the sinners are inspired by well-known literature such as Sinclair from Damien. I don't even know what Damien is. Ishmael from Moby Dick, Heathcliff from Wuthering Heights, Gregor from Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. It's a lot. Do I know any of these novels? Nope. I just know like the basic concept of them. But does it still stop me from geeking out over them? Yeah, nah. I'm still geeking out even now. I pretend that I know this stuff, but I don't. Like I played like one of the latest cantos recently, Canto 8. I just finished that, and oh my god, I don't know how they keep getting better and better with each canto. Like, how did Kim Ji-hoon do this? How? How did my cute little CEO VTuber do this? It keeps getting peak every time, and I'm all for it. I'm so excited about Ryoshu's Canto 9, because I know for a fact that it's gonna be gruesome. We expect there to be some dark subjects that I am so prepared for. So basic plot of Limbus Company. Oh yeah, so you're Dante and you have amnesia. I know, surprise, typical gacha game protagonist. Definitely not an Arknights protag. I also play Arknights, by the way, and there's a lot of like parallels between the protagonists, I just realized. So you go on this bus, the Limbus, and there are like these 12 sinners, right? And then we got my main man, Virgilius. He ain't no fraud, he got my back, yo. And then the driver of the bus is Karen, or Karon, I don't know, Karan, you get the gist. And yeah, you're the manager. You're the manager of the sinners, and you have to like guide the sinners to their to each of their cantos, to each of the chapters. You find out about their memories, their traumas, their backstory, basically, and you like help them accept that. You help them go through with that. You guide them to the right path to which they themselves believe in. I don't know. So how did I found out about this game? It's very funny because I found out about this game on a random fan fiction about Lobotomy Corporation. You see, okay, how can I explain this in the simplest way? There's like this whole franchise. The company is named Project Moon, and they have 3 games. The first game they made is Lobotomy Corporation, which is like an SCP management sim game. And at the time, I was I was really into like the idea and the observation logs of SCP. So I was like, you know what? I'll play this game because it seems pretty cool. Oh boy, it was so complicated, but I still had a lot of fun. I play a lot, and I feel like I didn't make any progress in that game. Still pretty fun though. Yeah, the farthest I've gotten is like 25 days, and after that, I just kind of like quit because it's getting so tedious, so tedious. But I just watched the plot on a random YouTube video, so I know the lore. That's what I needed, honestly. I am not gonna torture myself. Fuck that. Now, the second game I really recommend playing is Library of Ruina, and that is like very similar to Limbus Company, but in because Library of Ruina has like the basis of the typical card game, the typical turn-based strategy game concept that I think they did pretty well. Well, except for the grinding aspect. I really hate the grinding in that, which is why people made some mods that where you won't have to grind anymore. That would have been good. That would have been useful. Anyways, yeah. Even Library of Ruina, I still haven't completed that game because yeah, it's getting too hard. For some reason, Project Moon always have this big brain concept where the difficulty curve is vertical. It just went from, oh, this ain't too bad, to 100 real quick, where it's like, oh my god, the difficulty rating is just so high. It's so high each time, and I kinda love that for them. So essentially, Library of Ruina, the second game of the series, it's pretty fun. I really enjoy that, but nothing prepares me for Limbus Company. I actually played Limbus Company when it first came out, and I kind of stopped because it had a lot of problems and there were a lot of fixes and maintenance and stuff. So yeah, I'm glad that today it's like a bit more optimized nowadays, and it's getting a lot better than back then. Like, we got new UI system, there's like new art, new updated art for the sinners. There's a lot of like quality in terms of like the gacha, quality in terms of the character art and the character sprite animation. Oh, it's so good. Like, it's so cinematic. I just can't take my eyes off it. And the sound design, I love it. I love the sound design where my sinners would literally go kill themselves. What drives me to play Limbus Company? Well, for starter, it's a very dark dystopian world that they're in. And it's not in terms of Arknights. No, I think Arknights is a really good dystopian apocalyptic world setting, but for some reason, Limbus Company took the approach where it's on the edge of being dark and edgy, and it's in like the middle ground of it, right? Like, there are some moments where I'm like, okay, this is a bit gruesome, but at the same time, they did it so tastefully that I kind of like fuck with it. So what does this game contain? Well, they don't swerve away from blood, gore, literal intestines falling out, literal like gut-wrenching emotional breakdowns, fights and conflict that are so real and raw, and oh my god, they don't hold back on the swearing game, bro. I just love how the characters feel so real, and it's not like the typical, oh, hi MC. No, at the start, they fucking hate your ass, and they fucking hated each other. But by the end of like Canto 8, there's like this kind of found family aspect that I really like about the dynamics between the sinners and how they came so far from basically not liking each other to they kinda enjoy each other's company now, and it's really good. I mean, hell man, if I live in a capitalistic world where everything is like is trying to fuck with you, then yeah, I think I would be an asshole too, you know? If companies prioritize the rich more than the poor, then yeah, I'd be mad too. And I think that's why I like Limbus Company. So, what is your goal as Limbus Company? What is your goal as the company, right? So the goal of the company is for you to get the golden bows. What are the golden bows, you might ask? Well, the golden bows are basically like a powerful artifact. They are so powerful. They contain a lot of light and stuff. I don't know how I can explain this, because if you know, you know, right? Like, if you know the lore of Lobotomy Corp, Liberia Ruina, then you'll know why this golden bow is so important and why this golden bow is so very powerful, because it's like it's able to, I think, distort someone, maybe, and like, yeah, just distort yourself, basically. Just turn into a monster, yeah, why not? Become an abnormality. I mean, from my understanding, if you know why and what the golden bow does to a human, comment down below, because even I'm not too sure about it. So yeah, essentially you have to go and retrieve these golden bows so they won't go into the wrong hands, right? And so Virgilius, our supposedly guide, is like, yeah, you go. Oh, you need my help? Nah, man, I can't help you. It's against my contract, man. And I'm here being like, brother, bruh. I mean, he did kind of help us at Canto 6. Oh yeah, by the way, cantos are kind of like chapters, so if I say Canto 1, it means chapter 1 of the story. And so far we only have like 8 cantos, but there's like 12 centers. So yeah, there's gonna be more to that where it came from. Now, let's talk about each canto. I'm not gonna... Oh yeah, this section is a bit spoiler territory, so if you want to check the game out, yeah, just go play the game, or just skip this part if you're planning to play the game. Anyways, Canto 1. We start with Gregor's Canto, and honestly, people might say, oh, it's a bit boring at the start. For me, when it first came out, yo, that shit was peak. It was actually pretty good. There's like good storytelling, good dynamics they're just setting up the character dynamics in that canto, and I think it's really well put out. And yeah, I just like Gregor. I love Gregor, but I feel like there's more to him that we just haven't fixed yet. I feel like Gregor hasn't moved on, or like hasn't really received much guidance in terms of like his backstory, his history with the war, his traumas, and all that, because we're just the new manager. We're just new, so we didn't know much on what to do for Gregor, right? Like, we don't know him well, so that's why we weren't too adamant into helping him, I guess. And now for the second canto, and I'm gonna say this now, it is one of the most boring ass cantos. Like, you know, like each canto has like strong boss where you have to fight them, and then bam, you get the golden bow. Well, the boss is very lacking, if I may say so. There's no boss. It's just like a enemy rush, and then you gotta survive that enemy rush and like escape the ice castle that is based on Rhodia. I just think it's very lame, honestly. Like, I like the filler content where they like had fun in a casino, and yeah, I really like the art there. I think the art in that canto is like one of my most favorite art I've ever seen in Limbus Company, because it just shows the character dynamics really well. Like Ryoshu saying the most illegal shit that you just can't listen to, I guess. It's like censored. It's so funny. But yeah, I have to admit that canto is very lacking, and I feel like we haven't solved much about Rhodia's like story. Like, I feel like there's like more to Rhodia, and she's like, oh my god, bro. Like, I like Rhodia as a character, but like, come on, that canto, it's so mid. It was so mid. Canto 3 is where it's decided to pick up. It is about Sinclair, and I'm just telling you guys right now, I love Sinclair. Not because he's like the most complex character I've seen so far, but because he's cute. And yeah, he's just a little crybaby, honestly. But he's the type of crybaby that gets so that has the determination and the courage to literally kill Cromer, who is basically like the woman who killed his family. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill that bitch. And I was like, whoa, Sinclair, chill, bro, chill. And yeah, I kind of like Sinclair, honestly, because he has like people thought that he was weak, and no, like even the game is like, yeah, nah, we don't fuck with Sinclair because he's actually pretty yeah, he has a murderous gaze that he just doesn't want people to find out about. Even he is not even aware of himself. Like, I don't think Sinclair would ever say, yeah, guys, like, come on, let's be friends and stuff. But no, dude was ruthless. He was like stabbing a corpse over and over and over again due to anger. He just had enough of that shit. And yeah, that was the introduction of the final boss battle where the Millie song pops in. And if you don't know about Millie songs, they are a banger. They are songs with lyrics, and you just listen to that in the background while you're fighting the most epic and possibly the hardest boss in the game. I'm just kidding. It's not really that hard. You just need to read. Canto 4 is about Yi-sang, and I think it's like one of the best cantos that still holds up until today. I really believe that because it really like holds my heartstrings for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's because it's just so complex but also so real that even with with some complicated words and vocabulary that Yi-sang uses, you can still feel the emotions that he puts into those words. The ending, oh bro, it teared me up, bro. Like, I cried. I legitimately cried for the first time in Canto 4. I actually cried because it was so sad. And Yi-sang was such a nothing burger at Canto 1 from the start. And to see his character just like, and we get to see his backstory, what happened to him, what he thinks about his life, and it's like he almost gave up on his life basically. And it's, yeah, it's just, he's depressed, and I'm like, damn, I feel kind of bad for him now. Like, damn, Yi-sang, he really is a sad man, bro. But I'm happy for him right now, and I didn't think I would care about him, but here we are. So yeah, I really like his canto. It's very heartfelt, very emotional, and yeah, very, very sad. Canto 5 is when we got Ishmael. Oh boy, here we go, the Ishmael fan. Dude, I swear to God, Ishmael fans are one of the most gooner shit I've ever seen in my life. They are certified gooners for Ishmael. Good lord. Like, I thought Foss would have some of the most gooner ass identities, but no, Ishmael does, apparently. Like, dude, have you seen some of her skins? Sometimes, like, she will just show her cleavage. She will show like her like skin tight bodysuits. Like, yeah, damn. Oh yeah, as I was saying, Ishmael Canto is a bit more interesting. Like, from the previous Canto, it's a bit more emotional. For this one, ho ho ho, Ishmael is vengeful. She is so adamant on her revenge against Ahab. It's actually crazy. But then to the detriment of like her relationship with the sinners to end the mission. And because of her impatience in trying to accomplish her goals, she's kind of like, I don't know, she kind of like became a bit more paranoid, and she keeps saying shit about the sinners, about why they're like relaxing, why they should be preparing themselves for the lake. which I could agree with, but Ishmael is a bit harsh on that, on saying that kind of stuff. I don't know. Like at the beginning, I was okay with Ishmael, but then at Canto 5, I kind of don't like her attitude that much in her Canto, really. And then I found out about her story and on why she's like that, how she became like that, and it's basically she's becoming more like the person that she wants to kill, Ahab. She's becoming more like Ahab, when Ahab is like her obsession with like hunting down the whale, just like Ishmael's obsession with hunting down Ahab inside the whale. And by the end, Ishmael is like, you know what? I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill the whale that you've been so obsessed about, and that will serve as my revenge. Honestly, it's pretty good. It's pretty goated, and it has one of like the most hypest OSTs I've ever heard from Millie. It's like, hold on tight, my compass is curiosity. Some may say it's a bit boring, but to me, it's pretty hype when you're like playing the game and like fighting Ahab, right? It's pretty cool. I pretty much enjoyed it, and I'm glad that Ishmael is like, changed her attitude just a little bit. Although she's still the same Ishmael as before, she's not as harsh as she was in the beginning of her Canto, really. So yeah, for Canto 6, it's about Heathcliff. Oh boy, I freaking love Heathcliff. I love him so much because it's basically just about. Dude, I think Canto 6 is really good. I don't want to spoil it because it's like you just had to be there, you know, based on Wuthering Heights, right? And it's like this guy Heathcliff, he like goes back to Wuthering Heights, the place that he was raised in, and all his life he's always been like mistreated there. But he has like this girl that he had a crush on and he loved so much, named Kathy, and it's like the most complicated misunderstanding I've ever seen in my life. And Project Moon managed to make it so complicated that miscommunication caused a rift between dimensions, like mirror dimensions. Yeah, that's right. It causes so much rifts between the mirror dimensions, where we got Earl King Heathcliff, which I have to say, aura. My man's got so much aura, it's crazy. And the Millie song, oh man, it was so good and so well put out. And the animation, oh, it's so good. The cutscenes, it's so goated. It's such a masterpiece. I love it. I love it so much. And like the section where it's like it just puts you in a fake menu screen and you have to press the button that can like delete all Cathy's. It's like, oh yes, this is what I like to see. But it's also kind of sad by the end because like Kathy is gone and she's like erased from everyone's memories except for Heathcliff and Dante. And Heathcliff is like very like emotional about it, but at the same time he has some kind of hope that he can find Kathy and he can like find Kathy again, because we did see that there is one universe, there's one possibility where they can both finally be happy together, and that is the kind of hope that he's hanging on to. Now, Canto 6 was good, but oh boy, I was not prepared for Canto 7. Don Quixote. Okay, Don Quixote. Oh my god, I have so much to say about Don Quixote, but I didn't know that she had so much aura as Sancho. Good lord. I think Sancho is gotta be one of my most favorite characters in Limbus Company, hands down. I love Sancho. I love Don Quixote. I love everything about them. I love the Blood Fiend lore. It's just so goated. And the cutscene, the animation in the end where you have to press space bar, there's like a quick time event thing, and it's like it's actually hard. You're actually putting the effort into it. It's like, oh my god, this is actually so good. I love them for this. And the song, oh, hero, I don't know. I really suck at that kind of stuff. the Millie song that's playing when you're fighting Don Quixote. By the way, I like Don Quixote. And no, I don't mean like the girl, I mean Don Quixote the dude. Like the original Don Quixote. He's actually really cool, such a cool character. And I'm so sad that they like killed him off. And like, but at the end where Sancho is like crying over his like dead body, oh man, her cries, the voice actress is so good and it's so real that it's like it almost made me cry. Like damn, she's crying so much that I feel like, oh my god, the voice actress has rent due for that shit. And I just love each of the pass on versions of each of the characters. And right now, as I finish Canto 8, I will say Canto 8 definitely has like a different narrative storytelling compared to like all the other cantos we have so far. Canto 8 is about Hong Lu, and he's like the character based on a Chinese novel, basically. Oh boy, where do I even start with that one? Hong Lu is such a... I didn't even know Hong Lu could be very relatable to me. Like, Hong Lu is such a relatable character for people who have been through like really bad family household, like bad Asian households. If you know, you know. Like where Hong Lu is being like the favorite child, basically, for grandma, and everyone is like jealous of that. But what they didn't know is that Hong Lu is like treated like some kind of object, some kind of trophy and treasure by his grandma and all the other elders. It's like, oh my god. Dude, the elder reveal is so funny, but also kind of disturbing because it has a mix of like goofiness and a bit of like eldritch horror to it. So like, Hong Lu has this jade eye, right? He has this eye, and that jade eye is basically like where the elders can see everything he's seeing. Like Hong Lu is like basically their like camera, I guess, and they like saw everything that the sinners did. And I'm like, oh my god, so you're telling me is that Hong Lu never has any real privacy? Like, Jesus Christ. And by the end of the canto, I enjoyed the fact that in this canto, nobody dies. All the other cantos, yeah, someone dies and someone disappears or disintegrates, I don't know. But in this canto, we actually had a good ending for once, which I'm surprised really, because if you don't know Project Moon, they love character deaths. And I mean, they really got you invested on this one character, this one good character, and boom, they killed them off just to pull your heartstrings. But no, they didn't do that one. So essentially, right, Canto 8 is basically like this entire story arc is like a battle royale between hierarchs, between who gets to rise up to the throne and to rule over Hong Yuan, which is basically like China. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting concept. Hong Yuan is so interesting on its own. It's crazy. And it's like the poor gets poorer and the rich gets richer type of situation. And Hong Lu is like, no, I want to help people. I want to help them. And his grandma is like, oh, Hong Lu, Jiabao, you can't help everyone, you know? But grandma, even if I can't help everyone, I want to help just one person, please. And honestly, Hong Lu reminds me of as a child. That's why I was like, oh, I just want to give him a hug, honestly. Like, bro has been through way too much, to the point where he just numbs his emotions and just smiles. He just smiles all the time. He never shows any emotion other than just a perpetual smile on his face. The reason why is because it's kind of like a trauma response, right? It's definitely like a trauma response where he buried all of his repressed emotions. He buried all the horrible memories so that he wouldn't, like, you know, have a mental breakdown. And so yeah, that's how Hong Lu came to be the person he is. And I guess everyone surrounding him hates him for always like smiling and never showing any emotions other than just a smile that doesn't really reach into his eyes. Oh my god. I was so mad about that because Hong Lu hasn't even done anything wrong, and everyone hates his ass just because they only see his position on the surface. It's kind of like when you don't have any sympathy or you're not empathetic towards the people who are at the very top, and you're just like jealous and spiteful towards them just because they're like the favorite child, or they're always like at the top. They're like treated way better than you. That's why you're very spiteful towards them, and not towards like the one person that's, you know, ignoring you or making you suffer. No. And I feel so bad for Hong Lu. And also his ignorance too, that's also a problem. His ignorance for like, I mean, it kind of makes sense really, because he's like, he never goes outside. He's so sheltered from being like, could you imagine from a child to a full grown-ass adult, you have been sheltered, and suddenly you have to like learn all these social cues and be put out in the outside world. Like, oh my god. Hey, the ending animation was so goated. It was so hype, but also kind of tedious because I have to read the mechanics. Yep, that's right, I have to read the mechanics, and it took me so long. I think that the last boss battle between Jamu took me like 2 hours, and the boss battle before that is way harder, honestly. Like Lei Hung, bro, Lei Hung, more like I'ma Lei Hung his balls, because I don't like him, bro. I don't like him in the gameplay because he's so hard. He's so hard. Like, what was that? 6 unbreakable coins is ridiculous. What was Kim Ji-hoon thinking when he invented unbreakable coins? Like, why is that even a thing in the game? I don't get it. Like, it makes me want to cry, but I managed to pull through, you know. Also, I got Mersault, Lei Hung Mersault, and oh boy, I get it. I get you, Mersault fans. Like, I didn't really like Mersault that much because he's kind of lame, but after seeing some of his identities, the like other versions, like, oh my god, he's got so much aura. Like, I like him. Also, he's pretty hot. I mean, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Lei Hong. Hey, Lei Hong is such a cool character. I don't know whether he actually died or not, but he got like, you know, he got his head exploded by Jachu. Also, Jachu is such a good character. It's kind of, he has so much aura too. I kind of like that. Like Jachu, he has like this one philosophy that I kind of like it. So essentially, when he bro, his boss battle where he keeps going like, tell me, Ja Bao Yu, what does Hong Yuan needs? Hong Yuan needs is kind, given the time that I gave you. It's a pretty lacking answer, but it suffices. Ah, that's so good. Bro, I was so giddy about that moment. The story is actually pretty good. Some people, honestly, they don't think that Canto is anything to write about, purely because it like kind of lacks like those moments, those pop-up moments that like the previous Canto has for each character. But I think it's pretty good. Like, I think like Hong Lu's gentle nature really fits the vibe of Canto 8, you know? It's kind of like a very subtle storytelling. Like, they give you more info about his past little by little throughout the Canto, and by the end, like, Hong Lu finally accepts and like releases the floodgates of his emotions, and he lets them all out, like being himself, being free from the elder's control, being free from his grandma's control. I really hate the grandma so much, bro. Oh yeah, I made Gacha Pulls for Walp Fergusnack. Right now, the current Walp is about Magical Girl Dawn and like Knights of Despair Rodion, which I would love. I would love that, but at the same time, I'm yeah nah, yeah nah. Dude, I really want to pull on the banner. I saved like 40 pulls and got nothing. Okay, you know what? You really want to know who I did get? I got Hook Office Fixer Hung Lu, not a 3-star. I got the fucking Queen of Hatred announcer, which really pissed me off, honestly. Like, I don't want the announcers. I really don't want the announcers. Just give me IDs and egos. Why do we have announcers in the banner? What's wrong with this game, bro? Like, oh my god. And I got like Sludge Ishmael. I don't know why. And I also had like Ring Pointillist Student Otis and like Lobotomy Ego Lantern Don Quixote. Like, that's all. That's literally all I got. It's not even that much. Like, my pulls are trash. Now, the question is, who are my favorite characters? Well, I actually don't know. I really don't know who my favorite characters is. I guess my favorite character has to be Sancho, because I just love her like character arc. I love the shit that she has to go through. I love the plot line where she like has forgotten memories and she adapted the name Don Quixote because of the shoes given to her by Don Quixote. I'm like, aw, that's really sweet. She's such a good character, bro. I love Sancho. I would say that I love Sinclair. Yeah, I really like Sinclair too. I think he's pretty cute, and I love how he's like the only one in the group who has some kind of morals still, I guess you can say. Like, he has some kind of morals, and he really improved himself, honestly. Like, back then he was like a scaredy cat. He was like so scared of like basically fighting back, but now he's like, oh yeah, he's brave enough to say what is on his mind. I really like Heathcliff too. I think he's matured a lot ever since the first canto. I think he's like, he really does care about some of the sinners. And who else do I like? Right now, I do like Hong Lu, but that's because I just finished his canto, and I'm biased. Because Hong Lu, he's so pretty. He's just so pretty, man. I like how gentle he is. I like how he has some really wise words, and suddenly he's like saying shit about your clothes. Like, like, he's such a funny character to me. I don't know. I also like Ryoshu too, because even though she's like kinda strange in her own way, like she has like that dangerous aura to her, yeah, she still pulls through. The dynamic between her and Hong Lu in like some moments, like in the background, they're like talking to each other in some of the even in like the April Fool event where they switch bodies, and like Hong Lu was like, oh, it's okay if you smoke in my body, it's fine. Like, okay, damn, dude. And like Ryosha got mad and she almost killed him because like he like tries to unsheath her sword. I don't know. I really want to find out more about Ryoshu. I think her canto is literally like this year, and I'm very pumped about that. I cannot wait for the suffering, the severing, the unsevering, like the umbilical cord. That I really want to know like what the deal with her and like Lei Hong. I don't even know if Lei Hong is gonna show up, because like he's dead. I don't know if they're gonna like pull out the life insurance card where Lei Hong is like alive. I don't know. I also love Gregor too, because he's just so baby girl. I love some of his like IDs, but also kind of sad because it's just basically him suffering in all of his other identities. I think my favorite right now has got to be Priest Gregor, because I just love the concept that he's like a blood fiend and he's a priest that's like trying to like suppress the urges to like drink blood, and the sounds he make during his voice lines where he like sucks out someone's blood is just delicious. I love that. Give me more of that. Like, bro, the voice actor, I love it. I love his voice actor. It's just so good. He sounds so good. Why does he sound so good? I love it. Let's get dark with Don Quixote. At first, I didn't really like her because she was a bit, you know, unstable. She was like not following orders. She was like basically just doing her own thing in the name of justice and not listening to anyone other than herself. By the end, I'm really glad that she like gets a bit more matured, although she still has like the personality from before. She's a bit more sensible, which makes sense because she's like how many years old? She's like 5,000 years old. Like she's like 1,000 years old. Like come on, Granny. No, I'm just kidding. I love her. I love Don. I love Sancho. I love both of them. Foss, I'm not too sure about Foss. A lot of people like Foss. For me, it's like yeah, she's kind of like the a guide. She's basically like the know-it-all. She knows everything. We get it. That's her character. But I'm pretty sure there's more to her than meets the eye, because when she like loses connection with the other Faust and she's like has trouble trying to tell the sinners on like information about stuff on the train, I think it's very interesting and it really showed her like true character, her like true personality, and I really want to see more of that about how she became like that. I really want to know what the deal is. Mersault, bro, literally just says one sentence and everyone would just eat that shit. Mersault fans would eat the shit he says. Every time it will be like Dante giving orders and Mersault just doing as what Dante says, and everyone would fucking cheer for him. Like, good lord. Like, I heard the book is actually really good that he's based on, but I don't know. Like, he doesn't really capture me yet, but then I saw some of his identities, and oh boy, they're interesting. I don't know, man. Like, it's just so funny. He just says so little. And, bro, do not fuck with Mersault fans because they would go feral for whatever content Project Moon came up with for him. It's so good. I mean, I'm excited for his canto too. Who else? Otis, fucking kiss asser, but I kind of get it because I know what the Odyssey is about, and it's not really that pretty. She's based on the Odyssey. If she's like Odysseus, then yeah, her personality kind of makes sense. Like, she has to be ruthless. By the way, I got to know the Odyssey because of Epic the Musical. Oh my god, thank you, Jorge. Thank you for making the musical. I love musicals. So if Otis is like based on the Odyssey, I really want to see like some of the parallels. Like, is Penelope gonna be there? Is Telemachus gonna be there? Maybe we'll know in her canto. Because all we know right now is that she used to be like a military. She's used to be like a commander, I guess. And I guess because of her like decisions and her decision-making skills, a lot of her soldiers died in the war. I don't know. Ishmael, I'm kind of neutral about her. Like, I don't mind her right now. Like, anything she says, I don't really blame her. In fact, she's a bit sassy. She can be a bit aggressive, a bit harsh sometimes. But at the end, hey, she cares about you. At least I think. Maybe. I don't know. Hong Lu is basically like, I don't know why, but because like Hong Lu reminds me of like his whole canto reminds me of Apothecary Diaries. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of like the Chinese drama setting or like the political drama between like characters. I don't know. Ryoshu, as I've said before, Ryoshu, I'm very excited for her canto. I really want to get to know more about her. And yeah, that's basically just it. If you guys wanna listen to me yap more and more about the characters, or yap more about like Limbus Company, or maybe other fandoms, do let me know, because I am very excited to make more speed paints about this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the speed paint in the background. I really appreciate you guys for listening and watching this video. It really means a lot to me. So if you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, and all that. Bye bye.